5 Strands with Art Del Cueto. It's a pleasure to be on here once again. And as I've always been saying lately, do me a favor. We need to move the needle. Share this episode. Share it whether your friends agree with you politically or not. So both the left and the right. And also hit that subscribe button. It makes a big deal. I'm able to push it forward and be able to get more of the messages out, which is what we're aiming to do. So 4th of July has come and gone. And obviously, it was a big celebration around different areas of the United States. I happened to be in California during that. And some people, when they said, you went to California for 4th of July, how was it going to be? I had a good time. I'm going to tell you right now, I give props where props need to be given. I went to a baseball game on the 4th, and the fireworks display was amazing. By the Angels. Obviously, they're not spending on a team, so I guess they spent more on the fireworks, but they did a fantastic job on 4th of July. And then the next day, I chose to go to Disneyland. Obviously, I have a younger child, and I took them to Disneyland. We checked out all the rides. 5th of July was pretty dead at Disneyland. There wasn't that many individuals running around. I think the longest wait time on any of the rides was maybe 10 minutes. So it was a good time. But I waited. I wanted to check out the fireworks display and see how they did it, because you hear different things. And excuse me, some people complain, some people don't. I can tell you, and like I said, I'm going to call it like it is. Disney did a fantastic job of 250th anniversary tribute to America. They lined up the entire street. There was lights with the American flag. The fireworks display obviously is always fantastic at Disney, but they did an even better job this time because of the 250th anniversary. So, hats off to them. They did a fantastic job. Now, I've been doing some interviews when it comes to border issues and things that have come across. As obviously, that's what we talk about. I can tell you, we are seeing some of these numbers creep up. Now, the thing is, we're going through the months where they always creep up, and you got to compare them to the last administration. They're nowhere near what they were. People need to understand that. So there's going to be some criticism coming across about, the numbers are climbing. But you got to realize it's the peak seasons around this time, but at the same time, it's not even close to what it was the last administration. Border Patrol agents are out there doing a fantastic job. What I have been hearing from some of the agents out there is that obviously the criminal element, the cartels, the smuggling, they're utilizing younger drivers under the age of 18 or teenagers, people that can drive. They're still targeting them to come down on areas of the reservation and do some of these, vehicle smuggling, pickup in different areas. I posted a video recently on my social media of how you still got the cartels bringing people across. This is what it comes down to, and we've talked about it. They're not going to moonlight. I've been using that word a lot. The drug cartels, human smugglers, they're not going to moonlight and find something else. They're going to get creative. The difference is, under this administration, we're actually seeing consequences, and that's a big deal. That's what it comes down to. So the numbers are so much more manageable than they have ever been, but I don't want people to think that everything's perfect. I mean, things aren't perfect. That's why we continue to push forward. That's why I continue to do this, because people have the right to realize and see the truth. And at the same time, again, I hate to beat a dead horse on this one. Midterms are very important. I don't want people going out there thinking, well, everything's fine, so we're good. No, we need to continuously be moving forward, stay on the offense and the defense. And part of that is making sure that we get the right individuals elected, especially in border states. So we can't lose the ground that we've already gained. And certainly we're going to try to gain more ground by making sure the right people are elected. So keep that in mind. I can't stress it enough. You need to go out there and make sure that you vote, and vote for people that care about the future of this country. Because I think we've gone to an area now where there's a huge group of politicians that they have their own narrative and they just don't care. It's not like it used to be where everyone understood that securing our borders was a big deal. I think we have, unfortunately, groups out there that are more leaning into the socialism part of it And the way they do that is by just saying, hey, you know what, come one, come all, we don't care who it is, and continue that's open borders. And that's very dangerous. We've seen it in a lot of other cities where, you know, they've had this open border. Honestly, I kind of seen it in Tucson. They haven't come out and said they're a sanctuary city, but obviously a lot of their policies that they push for are sanctuary city like, and that's what's dangerous. Moving on, I talked about, you know, going out in Disney and it being kind of dead on the 5th of July. Some of it was because there was a soccer game going on, and Mexico was playing against England. England won. There was a lot of chaos in different areas where there's fans that are unruly. And look, I get it, and I've seen it with college sports and everything else. But for whatever reason, and it's unfortunate, during these soccer matches where when Mexico has won or Mexico has lost, we've seen a lot more chaos than with other teams. And that is, you know, the sad reality. I wore my USA soccer shirt with pride, and yes, we lost. But it's still, you know, there's a mixed feeling on this, and I wrote something on my social media talking about, you know, being somebody that was born in another country, but I was raised in the U.S., and I've always said it. I have an allegiance to one country, and the only country I have an allegiance to is the United States. That includes for me sports teams, and I know it's difficult, and some people come up to me and say, "Art, you're making such a big deal out of it. It's just a game. It's just sports." To me, it's a big deal. As I said it on my rant on my Facebook and Instagram and my ex. Look, when I look at any type of sports where it involves different countries, I don't care what sport it is, I'm always going to root for the American team, regardless of what it is, because I think my allegiance is very set. And I think it's very shameful that we have, again, people out there with that narrative of if you are so pro-American, then you're some type of supremacist, which is just ridiculous. It's a ridiculous notion. I know somebody went out there and said that they didn't feel safe when they saw people with American flags. Well, you know what? Try going to another country and seeing how safe you feel in that country that, you know, for the majority don't like Americans as a whole. And I think it's just silly. I'm extremely proud of this country. I'm extremely proud of being American. And I owe the allegiance to the only country that has truly given me everything I have, and that's the United States of America. So wave them flags proudly. 4th of July came and went. However, it's 250 years of the U.S. and its independence, and it's the entire year. So let's not end the celebration on the 4th of July. Let's continue celebrating throughout the year and into the next year, because we need to be proud that we live in the greatest country in the entire world. People talk about it and say it's not perfect. I never said it's perfect, but I'm going to tell you right now, when you compare it to other countries, it is the best in the world, and I really, truly stand by that. On that note, share, subscribe, and until next time, stay safe and God bless.